Thanks for dropping in. I'm Laurie, and as you can see, I am painting a post on my back porch. This porch is badly in need of a makeover. We built this porch in 2010, and it's treated wood. The reason I got this porch was because my husband, Jim, was at work, and he used to work nights, and I went out the back steps, and it's pretty steep out the back of our house, and I went to take the dogs out at night, and I fell down those steps, hit every step, on my back. And I just kind of laid there for a minute to assess and say, how many bones did I break? But anyway, I was fine. I wasn't injured bad, just banged up. But after that, he said, okay, we're going to build a deck out there. And he was talking a small little platform. But anyway, it ended up being a 12 by 24 porch. Once we built it and as a deck, we realized we wanted a roof over it, and I'm so glad we did. But you can see the new addition over there. We had a porch and other steps that we just put in last September, October, and we'll talk more about that in later episodes. You'll see more about that porch later. And this is Jim painting the higher up stuff for me. I'm going to do the rafters up there later, a little at a time. Right now we're focusing on the posts and the kind of edging around there and the floor, and so that we can put the new railings up, and you'll see that on next week's episode. My brother will come over and do that with Jim. And I love this gray paint, but every time I think of, I just love gray, by the way. I have that thing, but every time I think of gray porch paint, specifically on the floor, I think about when I was a child. I was probably about 4 or 5 years old, and my mom had worked painting our front screened-in porch, and she had painted that gray porch paint on it. And I came barreling through there, running, like kids do, and I had on white shorts, and I slid across that floor on my backside, and my back in those white shorts, I'll never forget, had that gray paint on it. She was not happy with me. But it's a fun memory. I love to paint, but I don't really love all the stuff that goes with painting. All the prep work, the taping stuff off, the moving the furniture. Now, I like putting the furniture back because everything's all neat. And when I watch this video, I'm sitting there going, gosh, you missed a spot. But fortunately, this is just the first coat, and I did like 2 or 3 coats, so I got that. And fortunately, because I didn't have to be careful as much on this job as with other things, we are going to be replacing the siding, so I didn't have to tape up all around there when I was doing the floor and doing the porch. And it's just so satisfying. That wood really took that paint. It was something else. My favorite thing to do was the floor. And you'll have to tell me, I'm trying not to just overwhelm you. I had a whole bunch more paint footage, but I don't want to bore you to death. I'm the kind of person that could sit there and watch somebody for hours probably paint something or work. I like watching other people work. It's satisfying. So I'm just trying to learn and balance things out. So hopefully it wasn't too much for you. And stick around. At the end of this, I'm going to show you my mama's cornbread recipe, which you kind of got a preview if you watched last week's episode, because we showed it with the red beans and rice that Jim cooked. And we're getting this done, and next week you will get to see the railings. So that will be fun. And then we're going to also do new steps. So that'll be another one. And of course the siding. So I've, in my retirement, I've got a long list of projects. Boy, you see that. It just was so stained up. And just such a big difference. And the railings, not good. But now they're gone. And next week we get new. So tune in next week. But now, cornbread. Okay, you want to start with your oil. You're going to put 1/3 cup of oil in the bowl. And to that, you're going to add 1 egg. And you're going to beat this until foamy. And did I mention we're making cornbread? Sorry. And now you're going to add 1 1/4 cup of milk. So now I'll grab another bowl because I'm going to sift my dry ingredients. And my dry ingredients includes 1 cup of corn milk, 1 cup of flour, a tablespoon of baking powder, 1 1/2 teaspoon of soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Get all that in. Now, I can tell you that this does make it really nice, really fluffy. But I've been in a hurry and didn't sift my dry ingredients. And it was fine. So, and this is going to be a really dark cornbread. Really good bottom crust, which, personally, that's my favorite. This is my mama's cornbread recipe. Really delicious. And easy. Okay, now we're going to bring these back together. I'll pour the wet into the dry. And you're going to preheat your oven to 475 degrees for this. And it's only going to take 20 minutes. want to come off of there. Okay, I'm gonna grab a spoon. I'm gonna pour it in a greased pan. And you could also cook this in a cast iron skillet if you wanted to. It would do fine. Okay, so you bake that in a 475-degree oven for 20 minutes. Yummy, huh? We gotta have a taste test. Look at that. Okay, time for the taste test. Well, his mouth's too full to talk.
It's good.
That's good, huh?
Oh, yeah.
And see that crust, like I say, you know, you'll see a lot of it, but that crust, it's crisp. But that's my favorite. That's my favorite part. Okay. Let me know if you try it and how it turns out.
I approve.
He approves. All right. Take care.